3, and it was a 2-0. So, by transitive property, Malvinas are better on Skyscraper.
Love the transitive property. Always does us extremely dirty in Siege. I feel like there are a lot of situations where it's helpful, but at the end of the day, to make a prediction, every time I've used the transitive property of Siege to guide me, I feel like I've been screwed. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But like you said, yes, I think we know that Malvinas are coming in a little bit stronger, a little bit more confident, especially after that first map win. And as Jacob put it, Maycam, their fate is in their hands. If they want to throw Group B into a tizzy, if they want to get everybody 1-1, well, it can't happen on this map. They have to get to map 3 first, and that's what Skyscraper is going to be all about. The bans here on Skyscraper, well, feels, other than the Ying, I mean, 3 operators that were heavily played on Chalet, well, 2 operators at least, both the Warden and the Azami made quite a few appearances on that first map, but clearly will not be making those appearances here on map 2.
I was looking at my my sheet, and out of the corner of my eye, I thought Sledge was Glaz for a second. I was going to get really excited, and now I'm just sad. Especially because there's the Warden ban. I want Glaz! That's the perfect time to run him. There's no one to counter him now. Although maybe make him evolve, we're going to run Glaz. So they're the ones who banned him. So maybe we'll wait till the second half to see him. But for now, Malvinas' dreaded Monty is rearing his ugly head.
Not again.
I'm going to see him take top black.
Not like this.
Our Maycam going to deal with him. They have smoke. They have frost. Maybe the Monty falls for a frost trap?
Hey,
that'd be pretty funny.
That'd be hilarious. It could happen. But if Ragnar taught us anything on map 1 is that he is dialed in. He's not going to walk into a frost mat. He's gonna get a defender stuck in a frost mat. That's how good he's playing. He's going to break the game mechanics and change what we know about Siege. Now, but in all seriousness, Series 1, we saw the power of the Monty. We saw how terrified 6 Karma were of the Monty just because of how well the Knights played it here on Skyscraper. A perfect example, perfect use for it. But right now, it's actually not going to be the top black push from the Monty. Right now, it's going to be Ragnar joined by, well, everyone else. And they're going to be starting to clear out this map from the exhibition and office side. They're going to be working their way into this extension.
I mean, hey, why not? Try and take full control, force everybody on the roam back, maybe before they go for top black. I could definitely see them kind of, rotating after they take this side of the map in its entirety. But the Monty is also over here, and I mean, that rotate would take a long time, so who knows? Maybe not. There's 2 members of the defense looking to contest.
What was that
Dragon
scope
now? For what?
This.
Like the attachment skin?
Yeah, it was awful. It was disgusting.
There's sometimes we don't have drip.
It was like an alligator, and it was really big in our face. I didn't like that. I don't want to see that again. I kind of do. I kind of want you to see it now too. But my oh my, this clear now from Malvinas. They've made some good progress. They've worked their way up to mezzanine here, trying to push their way through. And Fame, though, not eager to let that happen. Trying to hold off this Monty and anyone who might be behind the Monty. Kind of by himself right now. He's got the support of that Surya Gate, obviously. He can delay this a bit with that, as well as anybody who might be behind him. It's actually going to be on the other side of things. Navi, who strikes first.
Anno now dead. Kathy taking some heat as well, and now he's finished off by Haas. Ragnar gets the hipfire headshot, and what the heck just happened? 2 kills for the attack, but they've been responded. And Maycam Evolve just completely shut down the opposite side push.
Yeah, well, all those shenanigans with the Monty was happening over in front of Infame. On the other side of things, we didn't get to see much of it, but we did get to see the kill feed and the fact that Malvinas, they were getting picked apart. Maycam, they were clearly comfortable on that Blackstairs side, the Geisha side, unclear exactly where the rest of that attack really formed up and tried to push in from, but it was very clear that no matter what Ragnar tried to make happen on the Monty, Maycam were not going to let it happen. Opting for the full clear from Malvina seemed to not be the right call. More direct may have been the answer.
I wonder if they'll go back to Monty and maybe do the right Monty push next time. We'll have to see. Mira now in play for the defense on Office. So there's two ways to play Mira here. Into Terrace or into Site. And it looks like the answer is into Terrace. We still have the one in Samurai. Looking at Office. So there is that. We've also got a spawn peek from Hask, which is not going to find anyone. Oh, wait, maybe it is going to find anyone.
Oh,
no, he's get found. Pano, a beautiful shot to make up for his entry death in the previous round.
Well, I think Malvinas, now they've kind of wizened up to any sort of spawn peaks. It happened once on Chalet, and as far as Malvinas Gaming are concerned, it is never going to happen again. Nothing for Hask. Navis wants something. Denied as well. Way too aggressive here from the defense. Not exactly sure that that was the right call, especially because Malvinas showed that they were ready for it not only once, but twice. Hot start for the attack, 5v3.
Pano is fed up. Ain't having none of it. So Navis and Hask both dead, two big players from last round. Also, one of two C4s since M-King is running Barb. Also, the Solus. So, two very important pieces. We have a back take and a front take. A pinch happening. I couldn't see. I think it was the Ace and the Flores on backside. Yeah, okay. Ace and the Flores. Twitch 2 assisting them. Meanwhile, it's Thermite and Ace on the front. EMPs are present for Pano, but it's a Cade on the board, so those Cade flaws are going to be a little more difficult to hunt down if you want to get Thermite's Breach going. They do have the main wall open. They really want to take care of VIP, but M-King, of course, looking to not let that happen. He's actively Electroclaw tricking, and that's a great one. The EMP not able to get it, and thus the Thermite unsuccessful.
That's going to be a problem, and could really delay this attack. At the end of the day, they are up 2 bodies, so if it comes down to it, they could just throw bodies at the problem and just try to find these frag. That's going to be Scarp's game plan here, just sneaking in from the back. M-King's going to try to put the team on his back here and make something happen, but 1 kill so far, and he's going to need several more. Wolves, he's spotted out, exposed in the middle of the site. Same goes for M-King. Pano will claim that last kill. Malvinas have a swift answer. They tie us up.
Yeah, it's not every day that you see like a full 3-2 split attack. I feel like that's something that hasn't been done in a while. Usually it's like all hands on deck, or like 3 coming from one area, and then it's like 2 separate guys going for a lurk. So nice to see that happen from Malvinas. Very successful, thanks to, in large part, thanks to the failed spawn peaks from Hask and Navis.
Yep.
Pano probably had the two most important kills of the round right there, and it all collapsed. Their retry Office, still bringing the same lineup, but Malvinas are going to play it very differently now that they have the Monty again, which I feel like is a bit questionable because unlike T and Geisha, the entirety of the floor in both bomb sites is going to be destructible from below.
The other problem is when you're trying to walk in, right? You can't really walk in anywhere safely on the house side, on the exhibition and office side of the map. Any door you walk in is either vulnerable from above, in the case of if you're trying to come up the staircase from house, or is vulnerable from, like you said, below, or simply a crossfire. Like if you try to walk into terrace from that doorway we saw Ragnar walk in before, that could be a serious problem. And I think that's why we're seeing a slight pivot here from Malvinas. Ragnar onto the Hibana instead. The Monty, as much as we could have teased him coming out, we're gonna see him away. It's gonna be Ragnar on the Hibana. Instead, you've got dual hard breach, the Thatcher as well. So another clear hard breaching focus for Malvinas, as they will likely look to get this one going just about the same as they did last round. Denying spawn peaks will be the first step. So far, they've gotten out of spawn just fine, but Infame is looking to do something cheeky as well.
I do, though, really like Malvina's adaptation here to bring the Thatcher. I mean, it's not, mind-blowing. It's very simple, but an adaptation nonetheless. Knowing that, hey, the Cade Claw completely shut down our VIP push. We may have won the round, but we were uncomfortable doing so. It's not the plan we wanted. Let's amend that. So they don't have Lion, who is always useful, but they'll be able to open all the walls necessary. They've also got a really good sight cam. How has no one on the defense spotted that?
A lot of information that'll help them getting the first one too. Infame, who was not quite on the site and spotted on that camera, but slightly adjacent to the objective, he's gone. He's been dusted. 0-3 so far here on Skyscraper, yet to find his footing. This will now come down to the remainder of this defense, who is also getting exposed. That's a shot onto the player behind the mirror window. That is a gnarly shot from Ragnar there. Electroclaw trick attempted. Not in time. So close, though, for M-King. While he was focused on that, Kayfi's focused on Hask. He's been taken care of. I mean, you got Wolves and M-King, the only two that can stop this attack from fully taking over. A run out, maybe. Prone, no. Drop shot. Can't quite finish him off. But now he is outside and exposed. I mean, hold on a minute. Wolves, he's got a kill. Nitro's low HP here. I mean, this is not impossible by any means.
2v2. Kayfi's got a nade. He could get a freebie, but he's hunting down the Cade in the corner, and that's an easy finisher. Whips around, can't find Wolves. 3 kills for the Mira. Ragnar's got to clutch the 1v1. He's got time to play with. He's got 20 seconds. Flash is starting to come in with a read from Wolves. Perfect. 4 kills for the Mira, as he almost single-handedly shuts down the attack.
Yeah, not a round that Malvina should be losing there, but Maycam on the back of their Mira, on the back of Wolves. Oh my goodness. What a way to win that one. I mean, what? 3 kills for the Mira that was, and 2 for M-King in the end? Something like that. I mean, M-King, the run out there, a little bit ridiculous. The fact that he got away with it and then got away with his life was wild. Even though he didn't get a kill after getting back inside, he did get his cost point as well, because he got traded. He got immediately traded. He got the kill outside onto the Thatcher, who tried the drop shot, excuse me. And then when he came back in, Wolves was ready to find the trade on the Yana, who swung it. So that's great team play in that, 2v4 situation. It ended up being beautifully done.
Absolutely. It was a 4K, because he got the
oh wow.
Because he got 1 pick and then C4'd Nitro.
C4, yeah.
Yeah, right? And then refragged M-King and got the last one. So Wolves just did an incredible job. And like we said, Malvinas should not have won that round, at all. Welcome back. Apologies for the delay, but the rehost has concluded. We're back in it. It is, of course, a barbecue defense, not tea, for Maycam Evolved, and thus no Monty for Malvinas, but that doesn't make this top 4 hold any less important.
No. They still need to hold this extension as best they can. Of course, you could fall back to the site if you need to, but when Malvinas take this top floor control, that hatch is such a powerful asset for the attacking team. And once you get that under control, if you can hold that hatch from above, when that bomb goes down, it might as well be GG at that point. The round is going to be yours. And that's exactly why we're seeing this round begin with that Geisha single panel opened wide. And Scarp trying to contest this sole defender positioned within.
Yeah, this guy's, he's in for a whale of a time if the attackers start pushing through this wall. Of course, Infamy's job is to help stop that from happening with those open footholes. He's also holding on to Terrace. Scarp, though, I think he's jumped on in. The drone, unfortunately, not assisting him quite enough. He's going to lose a lot of HP in this engagement, and Infamy backs way off. Haas, first kill on to Keifi. No refrag just yet from any of these attackers. Ragnar still has not pushed through. Nitro, the next to take a bit of damage, and it's Infamy to finish off what he started in Terrace. Scarp now on the floor, and Malvina's losing 2 picks.
Yeah, not the start they wanted to see, especially after really needing to bounce back from that tough defeat in that previous round. You have that rehost to talk things over, and you're hoping to get things, hit that reset button, get things back on the right foot here, but this is not the way. They're going to have to maybe rely on a bit of a surprise here from Pano. Maybe he can jump in and try to surprise. Who is that? M-King on the other side. There it is. It'll be Ragnar, actually, who does it instead. Nitro, just nearly lost that engagement to Hosk, who I thought was going to get headshot there for a moment, but instead delivered the headshot. So it's a 2v4 now, with Ragnar and Pano, the last that stand.
Pano gets one on a Navi's, but Ragnar incredibly softened up, thanks to, I believe, the long angle being held, now finished, and so is Pano. Ask with 3 kills on the upstairs, and make him evolve now with a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, 3-1. This is a great place to be if you're Maycam. We said that they wanted to go to that decider map, if they wanted to keep this one close. It all comes down to really how they perform, especially in these first few rounds of Skyscraper, because from our experience on Chalet, we saw how quickly Malvinas were able to adapt, overcome anything that Maycam threw their way. So already Maycam has more rounds than they took on Chalet, and we're only 4 rounds in. 3 rounds already, sitting pretty, and now they get to reset that rotation to karaoke, and here we go. Last time we were here, Malvinas, they failed to clear out from the exhibition and office side of the map. They tried to bring the Monty. They tried to work their way all the way through that top floor, and the only thing they found was an extension ready to challenge them. And when they tried to pivot, when they tried to get the other half of the attack to sneak in from behind, Maycam were more than prepared for it. I'd love to see Malvinas maybe go a bit more direct this time and change it up.
Sad. No Monty. Because they're not working on the full clear, they've just completely abandoned the thought process. Instead, have a Zofia. They haven't run yet this map. I mean, it is more utility to deal with shields and such, which there are 2 from Navis and Wolves. Scarp is already in the bathroom, but he'll have to back out thanks to that goo mine. You can see Hosk is also downstairs lurking around, looking to act off of his own info. Thatcher and Thermite, of course, working in tandem to get that Geisha wall open, and now obviously going to have to help his teammate try to hold on to it. Though before Malvinas can work their way through, they do have to take drum.
Yeah, still a good bit of this map to work their way through. A lot of defenders to chew their way through as well. Wolves in this very important power position, now feeling a little bit of that heat from below, and will soon feel that from above as well. That door opened up, so an important position to him for hold. He's got that deployable shield, he's got ADSs to support him, and of course, those 3 toxic smokes, one of which he'll throw out to stall out a couple of these attackers. M-King as well will turn his attention to this doorway, knowing that Malvinas are beginning to approach, although they are getting stalled out just slightly. Keifi now, important that he sneaks this Rotero in, but it's not going to happen. The shotgun of Wolves was ready. So really, Malvinas, it seems that every focus, every attacker is trying to take care of the smoke, but it is not proving to be easy.
Flores drone actually forces him down the staircase and into Keifi, allowing him to win the fight. Now he's back on the stairs. the very least, his ADSs are gone, so he's vulnerable to nades should they come through, but Scarp just missed his. So how are you going to deal with Wolves? Hosk kills Ragnar. Now Maycam in a huge two-man advantage. Shotgun looking to claim another life, and it does! Down Scarp! Finally, Pano's got an answer. Nitro stuck between a rock and a hard place, but he still picks off Hosk. And Pano seems to know about the flanking Frost. Navi's could be alt-walking to his death here. He's gonna hit the brakes. Turns out he's just delaying time. The more he waits, but finally he gets picked off. Down to a 2 versus 2, but the time is low. 20 seconds remaining for Nitro and Pano to try and get in the bomb site. Infamy's got a very long crossfire to top Black, but he gets picked off by Nitro. Superior range of the M762 working wonders, and Pano's got this plant. Getting it down behind the reinforcement. M-King has to try and peek through the long haul. The coverage is there, but Nitro dies. Pano springs up. 4 seconds left. He's got to push in, and he wins it with the pistol. Malvinas Gaming a 2vx of their own.
How do you make that one happen, Malvinas? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. An unwinnable situation that quickly became winnable, that quickly became won. What an impressive round from Pano, from Nitro. That is how you make it happen. I think Maycam tasted their own medicine there in the clutch that they had just a few rounds ago. We were reeling from that one, and finally, Malvinas, they get a little bit of that spark. They find that fire that Maycam have clearly had here on Skyscraper, but this feels more like a 4-1 than it does a 3-2. Maycam surely had that one in their hands, but Nitro and Pano did not allow it to happen.
Making up for the loss earlier to 4K 2v5 from or 4K 2v5, whatever, from Wolves. So, hey, maybe, you know, all things balanced as they should be. You know, maybe this is the score we would have we would have been at anyway if Malvinas took the round they were supposed to win and Maycam won that past round. Now it all comes down to a T retry. T-try. Maycam.
Nice.
Malvinas still no ace, but they have Nook and they have Lion rather than Flores, which I'm a little confused by because the Flores worked so well for them last round, or would have worked so well for them last round if they were just like on top of the rest of their utility. Because all you have to do to clear that smoke is send the Flores, like, because right, it's indestructible once you hit the trigger. Just jump it onto the opposite wall that the ADSs are on. The staircase is so small that the radius will kill the ADSs, and then just nade him. There you go. Job's done. But they didn't do that, and I guess they just don't want to use the floors anymore.
Yeah, doing away with those Roteros in favor of maybe potentially some more explosive potential, right? Just making sure to bring 2 sets of nades. Making sure to bring some flashes to burn through any ADSs, any Wamai magnets that might be in place. But the combination of that Jaeger and that Wamai, we don't see it every map these days like we used to see all the time. But when it comes out, it can be lethal. Pano with those impact EMPs may have to rely on those somewhat to sneak around, maybe disable some of those gadgetry, but it's not easy with those impacts. They're limited range and short duration. Means that if you want to get those nades in to follow it up, it's got to be very coordinated and very immediate. You do see Kafi, though, working his way up through. Terrace trying to maybe spot out someone getting over aggressive, but the one thing that Maycam are doing really well right now compared to their performance in those first few rounds is no spawn peeking, no over aggression. They are waiting for Malvinas to take this space. They're forcing them into these uncomfortable spots.
Infamy gets caught out in drum. A much more confident take in from Malvinas this time as they line up a second. Hosk, a big player for this team, now goes down, so no refrag for that initial entry pick. Like I said, Malvinas is looking so much more confident. I guess maybe not slowed down by the Monty on this full clear, and Scarp lines up a third. Navis and Wolves are the last 2 remaining, but we saw Wolves already clutch a 2v5 on the opposite site. Can he do it again with arguably a better kit than Mira has? There's one for Wolves, another for Navis, though Navis gets traded back. Wolves in a 1 versus 3. Stuck top black. The positioning here, so much tougher than it was on Bedroom, but he picks off KP to make this incredibly more doable, but he can't out-duel Pano. And Malvinas end us with a tie half.
Yeah, they tie us up after going down 3-1, inches away from a 4-1 deficit, and it's 3-3 instead. That is a very different finish to the half than it looked like we were in for. And what could have been Maycam running away with it is instead a dead heat going into Malvinas Gaming's defensive half. That's scary if you're Maycam. That's real scary. You had an edge early. You had the momentum heavily in your favor. A ridiculous clutch in that third round. But now it has changed a little bit. It's Malvinas who've not only recovered the half, but I'd argue recovered a vital chunk of momentum that they would not have had otherwise. Going into this half, we see that they're eager to go straight to Karaoke and T. We're seeing the Echo brought out on his home turf. Pano making this one happen, as well as very similar selection to what we've seen from Maycam. But the Echo is the big difference. No Jaeger Wamai combo. It is just the Wamai this time from Nitro as that projectile denial.
A little concerned now, Jonah, because as we saw on Chalet, Maycam did okay the first half. You know, took 2 rounds on their Chalet defense and then didn't win a single round in the second half. For their sake, I hope that is not going to be a continuing trend. See how they work on their very first attack. They will also have Monty. I feel like this is the most Monty play we've seen in a single day so far.
Yeah, a lot of Monty. A lot of Monty. I mean, I think we've seen it across a lot of regions have been flexible with the Monty. I mean, we've seen South Korea. We've seen that a good bit. But yeah, it's interesting to see him brought so much today. We've seen him, obviously, with a variety of success, right, Harrison? I mean, it was very, very successful in some moments and then, well, disastrous in others.
Yeah. I hope Malvinas know how to deal with it. Or, like, even if they lose to the Monty, if they at least show, like, competency in dealing with him, I'll be happy. I don't want another 6 karma happenstance. I would go insane.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great. That wouldn't be great. Obviously, 6 Karma ended up winning that series. For those of you who were not here for our first series, 6 Karma took the win over the Knights, but the Monty gave 6 Karma a lot of trouble, and Knights used it well. So far, we've seen Malvinas attempt the Monty usage unsuccessfully. We'll see if they know how to defend it, if anything. Not a lot of action, though, so far. With only a minute left in this round, still Maycam Evolve have a lot of distance to cover and a lot of defenders to work their way through. I mean, you see Keifi undisturbed, just chilling behind that deployable shield. Still has 3 toxic smokes in pocket, and with only 50 seconds left, that is such a good resource to have.
Oh, yeah.
When that Monty walks in, if he walks in, whether that's the karaoke door or that balcony doorway, he should have a smoke ready to greet him.
Here comes said Monty. It looks like they were trying to work top black for the last 2 minutes and just gave up, but it's Infamy, the opening pick onto Nitro. Ragnar, the next to fall, but Keifi's got a response as both Navi's and Hask falls. Advantage now in the favor of Maycam, but it's the Echo and the smoke from Malvinas. The 2 operators you want in this kind of clutch scenario. How many gas carriers does Keifi have left? I believe he's out, and Plant is going down from Wolves. These Echo drones need to come into play. He's on it. Gas canister comes through. So does the Yokai. Keifi's got a pick. The time is so low. The Monty's not going to be able to cover by himself, but Gun Up takes out Keifi. Pano, you got to turn around. The Monty's at your back. No, the Monty backs off. You're up against an Echo, but he's out of blasts. He can't do anything about it. The info being called out by M-King. All this Ace has to do is play off of it. And M-King distracts long enough for Wolves to get the kill. I don't know how Maycam just won that round. I mean, no matter who won that round, I would have been confused. But Maycam take the lead.
That's insane. What a devastating turn of events for Malvinas. And I'll say this, for a moment there, I was rejoicing that finally we saw Echo work. I mean, for the amount of times we have seen Echo today, he has been effective 0 times. And I was like, okay, for the first time, he's going to make his move. He's going to deny the plant. Hallelujah. But no, he denied 1 plant. And it looked like he was going to deny the second, but he was out of charges. The charges in the yokai drone. So long ago, that change was made. Back in the day, used to have infinite charges. Used to be able to just stun, 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 stun. Little bit of a recharge time. But now there's a limit. Now, you just don't have the chance to spam people and make them drunk all the time. And that's a lesson that Malvinas learned the hard way.
I wonder, did he use 2 on the initial plant denial?
That's because there was no other point in the round where I heard it or saw it go off. But it is possible, like, you do see a Monty pushing in. It's reasonable to use that earlier, though.
And check.
I just don't
Ladies and
recall.
gentlemen, we have something called the clean feed. So he hopped on the yokai. I can't see though, like,
You can't
how
see
many...
his HUD. You can only see...
Yeah, I can't see how many blasts he has. That's unfortunate.
It's tough.
Yeah, he only blasted once on the initial attempt. I don't know where the hell the second one went. Oh! The second blast was when the Monty swung Keifi.
Okay.
He tried to stun the Monty for his teammates. That's why he ran out. Got trigger happy. I mean, he didn't really get trigger happy. He's trying to save his teammate.
It's a good situation. Like,
Yeah.
before your teammate, when they're swinging, I would say use it there. Ideally, your teammate stays alive, and then you don't have to worry about the precarious yokai stun sonic burst economy that is clearly not in great shape these days. But tough one there for Malvinas. Tough one, no doubt. Maycam happy to secure that. A nail biter to be sure. Nitro nearly caught out Haas because he about to jump down to safety here, but now that Malvinas are back and hopefully mentally recovered from that one as we are, they're gonna have to hold off yet another Monty push as it's coming in hot.
Again, really the only guy they have to deal with it though is Smoke. As Echo off the table. No more yokais, no more free info too. A C4 pre-placed on the other side of the breach. That's a bit interesting. I guess maybe to just try and keep the attackers at bay. Navi's has an EMP, so they could just EMP the C4 as well. I don't know whose it is. It's... Oh, I guess it's gotta be, Nitro's? I think it just got EMP'd. That's probably why there's an X on it. On the overlay. A Pano just swings out because no one's... They stopped watching the door? A Pano gets a freebie. I thought I just saw a blue silhouette by Drum, so we'll have to be wary of that.
Yep.
Yes, over by the barricade, and Pano's going to go ahead and take that fight. Meanwhile, Navi's is the next attacker to fall. This Monty, stunted by the smoke grenades. And this time, they can have significantly less time to play with. Pano the kill onto M-King. Finally, he's dealt with. Oh, so is Keifi. Hold on. 2 versus 3. 3 seconds left.
What?
2 versus 2. Infamy's making it happen. Wolves is getting the plant down, and he doesn't know about Nitro, who swings in from Sword and saves the round from yet another precarious situation.
I was gonna say, the Monty push there, like, this is a situation that we almost discussed on the first half with Malvinas pulling out the Monty on exhibition and office and then switching off of him. It is very difficult for the Monty to push in from Terrace because you're walking into a crossfire. If there's somebody playing in Terrace or in Drum, and there's somebody on the site at all, which there always is going to be, you cannot get in that door. You're going to be stuck there for eternity. And so it was on Pano. It was Pano's job, and he had a very tough job, but it was his job to hold off that Monty and to hold off all the other pressure that came his way because of it. You called it out mid-round, Harrison. You said someone's coming in from drum to try to take care of Pano, because if they don't, the Monty is dead. The Monty can do nothing. And that's exactly why Pano was ready for that. They had somebody call it out. They knew somebody was coming in from behind. He shut them down. The Monty then had only one option left. You heard me chuckle mid-round there. Basically, the Monty walked in, ADS'd, took the fight, just heads-up gunfight, pistol versus, you know, Frost SMG, and all of a sudden, the Monty was dead. That was pretty funny because, yeah, the Monty ran out of options. He ran out of time. Really good job there in the end. Specifically from Pano for just holding that off, denying the Monty play nearly single-handedly. I'll add that.
Yeah, just holding down Terrace. Not a care in the world. Tie game once again. Skyscraper being a much closer contest than map number 1. So we're seeing some life out of Maycam. This round, though, on Barbecue, 0 hard breach. None. Not just dedicated hard breach, not even secondary hard breach gadgets. They have nothing. So very clearly, they do not care about Geisha, and they might just be rushing in, but it fails. 2 kills in a row for Malvinas. Finally answered back by Haas. There's 1 player in the site, and he gets destroyed by Scarp. 2v4 as the last 2 Maycam members are the 2 who were not trying to push kitchen side. They were looking to pinch, but a little too late.
Okay. Nice wall bang. Combination of a little peek there from Pano and the intel, thankfully, from the logic bomb. So well played so far from M King, at least. The rest of his team, not so much. That rush plan, that quick execute failed, and now Malvinas, as long as they stay composed here, keep an eye on that information. They try to figure out where these 2 attackers are coming from. They shouldn't have too much of a problem at all. Navi's, his position was spotted. We heard the prox alarm go off, I think. So he quickly rotated back downstairs. Didn't want to take that fight onto Scarp, who was very prepared for that. And smartly, Malvinas, they are really focusing on just maintaining this top floor presence, not really worried about this first floor anymore. They know what they have to do. All they've got to do is hold these doorways. When they hear or see the plant going down, they just got to get somebody to deny it. Speaking of, I'm trying to see where the diffuser is as well. If somebody on Maycam has that in pocket or if it's left vulnerable in the site.
Oh, it's outside the window. And M-King's trying to challenge the hatch with a DMR against the SMG-11. Fortunately, that's not going to work. Not against Keifi. And Navi's is in 1 versus 3. 20 seconds remaining, and he is going upstairs. So not a whole lot of chance in this round. It appears as if in the next few seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Ah, he went the wrong way. But he gets traded. So, Malvinas now, for the first time this map, Jonah, have taken the lead.
Yeah, they've got the lead after a really nice hold from Pano, denying the exhibition office push. And then really they didn't do too much on their own that time. It really was just Maycam trying to do a little too much. Saw an opening that simply wasn't there. A reasonable, circumstance for that kind of a play. I mean, it's Kitchen and Barbecue. It's a site that relies heavily on a top floor extension. If you think there's an opening and you think the majority of those defenders are up above and not paying attention to that first floor, I mean, look at that. Just sneak on in. Unfortunately for Maycam, Malvinas were very, very prepared for that. Must have had a pretty clear idea of what to expect and shut that down in a dash. So, in a jiffy, I suppose. Really, it's the reasonable thing now to take a tactical timeout. You finally lost the lead for the first time. I mean, Maycam have been going back and forth, trading blows. Really, it's just about finding their stride again ever since Malvinas took that momentum back.
And it goes back. So, hopefully they're a little bit more mindful of the The I gotta make a portmanteau of this. The See, because if I try to make echo economy and say like economy, it just sounds like the normal word.
Yes, it does not sound like a combination of the two.
Economy? That sounds so dumb.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Well. The Cho economy.
No, thank you.
You never call Echo the Cho? For
No,
short?
I have not. No.
Really?
Is that something we're allowed to say? I've never heard that. It sounds like a slur, dude. I don't know.
Well, maybe. No, it's not. I shouldn't say maybe. It's not. I know it's not.
It's just echo without the E, bro. It's just echo without the E.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But with echo without the, it wouldn't be ko, it would be cho. There's no
Noted.
vowel in front of the C. How you put me in the hot seat like that?
Man, you're doing it to yourself.
I have a history of doing so, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Run out.
Oh my gosh.
Run out.
Oh my gosh. Nitro, please. What are you doing? I mean, Nitro's been, I feel like the Wamai on both teams. I think we saw this from Nobbies as well. Or maybe it was Infamy. For some reason, they love that window and just really want to get up close and personal with it. Nearly got a kill onto Nobbies. I mean, it nearly worked, and he got away with his life, so, I mean, heck yeah, why not?
It is a classic pre-fire on people, because, I mean, you always claymore that window. As an attacker, you kind of have to claymore that window. Otherwise, you are getting run out on. So, yeah, cheeky little pre-fire. Monty is also in play. This guy is in Narnia. What is there anyone else near him? No. No, there is not. This guy is just solo Monty on the other side of the map right now. I wonder what his plan is.
Right now, information, the name of the game here for Maycam. They're just looking for something else before they get a move on. Claymore. To the untrained eye, may look like it's placed in the middle of the room, but it's to deny the hatch drop from above if someone wants to rotate in. But here comes this pressure. The Monty really going for this early push, trying to take more space and do it a lot quicker than last time. So far, so good. He's worked his way over to the rotate, getting this Gemini in to get a bit of information, forcing these defenders back. But Pano, where was that from? The long angle found onto Hosk, and that is going to make things a lot more difficult for Maycam here.
Ooh.
Good play, though, from Navi's to equalize. And now the biggest worry for Malvinas is they may be pushed back just a bit too far.
Good play from Navi's to get that kill, but bad play from Kfy to just put himself in that position right next to that karaoke window. That's your smoke dead. That puts a lot more pressure on Pano to do his job with the Yokais, but Scarpa's holding the long angles to take out Wolves. Man advantage falls once again into Malvinas' favor, especially with Monty being one of those last members. Remember, he is a giant drone, but he's largely not a gun, and he just tries to ADS his way into the site. Nitro takes him out rather easily. There's trades in favor of the defense, and only one player was downed, and Pano, his third kill, puts his team on map, match, series point.
Been hard fought, but Malvinas are looking to put this one away. Maycam. I mean, it's now desperate times. 2 rounds down. They've already used their tactical timeout. They need to make the comeback happen here. And they've got to do it with 2 rounds in a row. It is very possible. I'm going to put it in the... I mean, I will say there's a 30-40% chance they do this. I don't think it's that stacked heavily in their favor here. We've seen so many of these 50-50 endgame rounds. I mean, we've even seen rounds that are leaning 80-20 in the favor of Malvinas go the other way. This is still within their reach, but they're just letting it slip away. That frag-heavy mentality, that early aggression that we saw from them in that first half, I mean, it has dwindled. And they need to find it again here on Exhibition and Office for this attack. Don't want to see that Monty again. I'm glad they're ditching that. He's going to have a hard time getting in wherever he approaches from. And the good thing is, for Maycam, Malvinas, they're setting up a pretty heavy extension. They're going for this roam again, maybe anticipating a heavy clear from the other side. But now is that big question. It's series point. It's match point right now. Do you risk going for something a bit more direct? Or do you take an equal risk, go for the clear, risk wasting time, risk losing a body or two, but doing it for the map control? It's a hard decision to make when the stakes are this high. But as you can see from Malvinas, they are prepared for any eventuality.
Has me slightly concerned as well is whether or not Maycam have droned out the site. Do they know that there's a bandit in play who's easily going to be able to trick that VIP wall? So Infamy does very easily get the first pick onto Nitro. Big one. Frost now dead. Nitro's been a pretty consistent player for this team as well. Pano tries for a run out, but will not find anything. Now, fun fact. Negative Evolve have a 75% conversion rate with this opening pick. So if they were to take a round here, now that they got the kill on Nitro, this is their best shot.
Yeah, this is a great spot to be in right now for them. Gotta be wary of Pano, though. It's really hungry for this kill. Showing that we've seen it before, that this aggression is something that he is comfortable with. And this is a position where it could very well thrive. It is known, though. Maycam have seen this coming. They've identified him several times now with the drone, so it may come down to, can they remove him from that position? Hosk just avoiding a couple of bullets. Another one of these roamers down below, but where is he looking? Towards the window. Did not know the Yana was already in. 2 kills go the way of Maycam. This is really going their way. Pan was flashed. He's got to fall back. He's going to run outside, back in. He is in such an uncomfortable position right now, and he needs to go massive. There's one. M King is shut down. Could he find 2? Not quite.
Infamy. Make sure that his reign of terror is over. But oh, now it's Kafei getting aggressive with the FMG9. And that player on Sword Window cannot jump in because they don't know where Ragnar is. And no, he does, and he gets frost-matted. So even though he was the opening death, Nitro's impact still felt. The C4 from Ragnar, perfectly placed, but shot out of the air by Infamy. That may have just saved the round, as now he gets in, but Kafei refrags. 1 versus 1. Infamy dealt a little bit of damage. SMG 11 out for Kafei. Is he reaching the right way? He is! Malvinas in the 1v1. Clutch it out. Another 2vx to win the series. 2-0.
An incredible finish to a very hard-fought map. The second time they've had to pull out a miracle like that in the late round, and to do it on series point, God, that's got to feel good. You see the energy there coming in from the players. I mean, so happy to finish this one off in style. Closing out Skyscraper 7-4. Nearly went the distance there to map 3. Felt like that was map 3 for a moment even. But it was 7-4 with Malvinas taking the win.